Hey y'all, it's Jillian, and I'm gonna be honest, we're getting a little personal today. Yeah, I think most people see me as someone who's pretty put together, pretty organized. I'm a magazine assistant, so that means I'm running around all day from editor to editor. But the truth is, we all have like our things behind closed doors, our problems that, you know, we need to get handled, and mine are behind closed freezer doors. Yeah, it's not looking good in there. So here's what I'm thinking. We go through my freezer, we find the oldest things in there, we hope and pray that they're safe to eat. We eat them anyway and suffer the consequences later. Sound good? Okay. Before we jump into this, there's something I need to address. There's a lot of bones in my freezer, like a lot of bones. And that's because I'm not an archaeologist and I'm not like a scary person. Don't start any rumors. I really like stocks and soups and broths, and I make a lot of stocks, soups, and broths. And you know what you need to do that? A lot of bones. So I gather the scraps, I put them in my freezer for when I have the time. It's not weird, you should do it too, it's good for your skin. I'm going through, and we have lots of frozen veggies. Something that is shocking me is the amount of pizza flavored snacks. I have bagel bites, pizza rolls, a frozen pizza. I think these are more pizza bites, but a different brand. But I'm thinking we're gonna find our answer in this plastic bucket of despair. First thing I'm seeing is some frozen garlic, which I'm happy this was on top because you need to know, I understand it's hard to mince a bunch of garlic every time you need garlic. I get that and I understand, I sympathize. The little jar of pickled garlic, we can all just like be honest with ourselves for a minute and realize that it doesn't taste like fresh garlic. And that's okay. If you're okay with that, that's okay. But they make frozen garlic now, and you could even make it yourself, and it's so much better, and it tastes like fresh garlic. That's going back in there. I mean, I told you, there's a lot of bones in this freezer. I swear I'm not weird. Oh, yeah, I think this is our answer. So I went to culinary school last year, and at my culinary school, these like master chefs would come in and teach these really cool classes. And I assisted with a class where these master pizza chefs came over from Italy, and I can't tell you how much they knew about flour. Like, they talked about flour for hours in a way that it was still interesting. You don't know what you don't know about flour, and they did. And they made a bunch of pizza dough, and they let us take some home, and I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna make so much great pizza with this big slab of pizza dough. But I'll have you turn your attention to the fact that it says 3-2, and what is today's date? Today is 3-1 of the following year. This pizza dough's first birthday is tomorrow, and you know, we shouldn't make it live in the freezer for a year. Let's use it today. More bones. This is good. We can work with this. So I am from South Louisiana. I moved to New York City about 1.5 years ago. In my opinion, and the opinion of many others, I feel, we have some of the best food in the country, in the world, up for debate, up for debate. One of my favorite Cajun foods from home is boudin. And so my parents shipped me a bunch of frozen boudin when I moved up here, and I think that these are the remnants that I forgot were in my freezer. And basically what boudin is, it's a sausage filled with rice and pork, often pork livers, a bunch of seasonings. It's just the most delicious food ever, in my opinion, and we do all kinds of stuff with it. You can fry it, make it into boudin balls, we put it in egg rolls, you can make boudin dip, and I'm thinking, with our pizza dough, with our boudin, why not like a boudin pizza? The only thing is these are frozen and I'm hungry now, so I'm thinking I'm gonna try to defrost these in the microwave, and we're gonna circle back and get cooking. So I did what I could with the microwave. They're still a little frozen, but I think we can work with that. And then I rummaged through my pantry, and I think this was fated because I found this expired jar of pepper jelly. It expired 3 weeks ago, but pepper jelly goes so well with boudin. And another thing that goes really well with boudin is pepper jack. Did not have that in the back of my fridge, unfortunately. So I ran to the grocery store while these were defrosting. Then I also had a jar of Alfredo sauce, which I think is gonna be our sauce for this pizza. I'm gonna go ahead and get my oven going because it is the worst oven ever. If you want it on 300, you have to put it on 500, and if you want it on 400, you're gonna have to go to someone else's house because it just does not get hot. If you're my landlord watching this, yeah. Okay, are you ready to learn one of the most important things I learned in culinary school? It's this. Here is our 1-year fermented pizza dough. I think it smells fine. It's a beautiful pizza dough. Here's the issue we're gonna run into here. Pizza dough and other doughs, they're risen by yeast. And so yeast are these little tiny little organisms that eat carbs like sugar, or, you know, flour is a carb, and they basically burp, and they make these little gas holes in your dough, and when you bake it, those holes get bigger and they expand, and that's why you have like big bubbly pizza dough or risen bread. And those little yeast can live in the freezer for like a month or so, maybe 3. They cannot live for a year as far as I know, so here's to hoping there's a couple left. Throw a little flour down. I'm walking on flour right now. There's so much flour on the floor. I'm gonna brush the edges with some olive oil. I have a small pastry brush somewhere. Do a layer of sauce. To give my expired pizza the best chance of success with my terrible oven, I'm gonna throw it in there with just the sauce at first. That way it can bake a little bit before I throw all the other toppings on, just until it starts to brown a little bit. I don't know what that was. Oh, wait, I checked on this 5 minutes ago. There were no bubbles. Now there's bubbles. Okay, this is good. This is good. I mean, this isn't good because like bubbles in the middle of the pizza, not what you want, but it means that some of the yeast might still be with us. This is dense. I maybe should have used less dough. You don't just like use a pizza dough, you like, it goes through like several rises and does several things, but I want to clean out my freezer now, okay? Both promising and bad. I do believe this needs another little coat of sauce. Though the casing is some of the best part of boudin in my opinion, we're not going to be using it today. I'm just going to do little chunks. Lots of pepper jack. I'm also going to do some green onions, and like I've told you, I went to culinary school. I know how to do all the fancy knife cuts, and still, when there's an opportunity to just pull out some kitchen shears and make something easier on myself, I do. This is me giving you permission to take the easy route once in a while. Here's our beautiful pizza before it goes in the oven. I'm just gonna put it in there until it looks like it's ready. While we're waiting on the pizza, I was thinking we can make a little salad. Trying to get better about eating my veggies. You can see in my dress. I feel like my cooking style is very like soups and braises and cozy comfort meals and stuff like that. But I actually did my culinary school externship in a Michelin-starred vegetarian tasting menu, which was very outside my wheelhouse, but I'm glad that I did it because it exposed me to like so many cool things you can do with veggies that I didn't know about. This is also such a good meal prep salad. I don't do a lot of meal prepping these days because I work at a food magazine and we have plenty for lunch. But in college, I was super busy. I was Miss Louisiana State University. If you didn't know this about me, I have a pageant background. I was Miss Teen America in high school, Miss LSU in college, and I was super busy prepping things in advance and having like meals that would fuel me and were also delicious. That was important. Add some more green onions to that, but I'll chop them kind of at a slanted angle so they look nice. I'm gonna make a little dressing right in the carrots with some of that pepper jelly, a little bit of olive oil, a little splash of apple cider vinegar, good amount of salt, pepper. Why does it look good? I'm shocked. I had no faith in this, I'm gonna be honest. Believe in yourself, believe in your pizza, believe in your freezer pizza dough, believe in your yeast. I'm actually so happy right now. I'm giving myself a pat on the back. You should too. Moral support. Boom. MVP of the day is kitchen shears. I mixed some pepper jelly with some ranch to make a little like pepper jelly ranch dipping sauce. I like ranch on pizza, okay? I do. It holds its shape and there are some bubbles. Here's our plate. We have a guest who really wants to give her approval or disapproval. What do you think? I always tell people, you are welcome to eat at my house anytime. Always. Door's always open. There will be a cat hair or 2 in your food. Maybe that's the extra love put in it. Have a bite. This just goes to show some of the best inventions are made out of accidents, out of cleaning out your freezer. I mean, this is good. I'm gonna make this again with unexpired ingredients. Well, I've had a blast cleaning out my freezer. Maybe I should clean out my freezer more often. I won't, but this was fun. I hope I inspired you to use those ingredients that are sitting in the back of your pantry or in the back of your fridge or freezer and make something fun with it. It might be better than what you would have made if you had every ingredient in the world. I'll see you next time. It's so good.